The first priority is to ensure the safety of responders and the safety of those around them. They are looking for any potential hazard, including everything from uneven ground to overhead electrical lines and potential ignition sources. They will make sure their gas detector is bump tested and calibrated, and they'll go in to constantly monitor for H2S, CO2, and LEL levels.
We're not sure. All we know is there's product on it.
Once inside the scene, they will map out the area and draw on their incident map all the relative information collected. After that, they will assess the container itself, looking for any damage in the form of gouges, scrapes, scores, dents, cracks, holes, etc., to determine if the container has been compromised. Depending on the shape and orientation of the container, product might have to be pumped out or moved somehow to another container for transport.
So we'll have our discussion now. We'll take a good look at the wind. Which side do we want to go on? Where do we put our equipment?
From all information collected, a plan is put in place that reflects the best and safest way to react to the incident. A proper damage and site safety assessment will lead to the best solution.
If you have a nipple, just put it on the side.
In this example, it has been determined that product from the affected vehicle needs to be transferred to another container and be taken from the scene. At this point, work begins making sure all the necessary resources are available to complete the plan. The site safety plan records the plan of action from the upwind side when possible. Roles and responsibilities are assigned to all team members, and all physical, chemical, and environmental hazards that responders might be exposed to on site are studied.
We're right now talking about switching the two teams out.
Then the action plan is created and enacted, which will include the use of personal protective equipment, the roles of each person, radio signals and hand signals that might be needed to communicate, as well as muster points that would be needed in the event that something unexpected happens during the response. The plan is reviewed and signed off on by the incident command. At this time, the team is ready to go in and enact the action plan. After a complete damage assessment, zones are set up with a cold zone, a warm zone, and a hot zone. The zones are usually delineated and controlled by natural barriers, or the use of cones or tape to cordon off the areas. The hot zone is set up around the damaged container with no ignition sources permitted in it. The warm zone and cold zone is where equipment is temporarily stored and limits access to other first responders who are not required directly at the incident scene to ensure the safety of all involved.